Hello viewers, this is me from Fix Netflix YouTube channel, and today I will show you how to fix when your TV has no picture, no power and dead and no standby light. So before we start, please keep in touch with our channel by subscribing and like and share this video with your friends so they can take benefits from the channel. So let's start. If the TV is no power symptom and first need to check their power supply AC input and after fuse is appear or not. If it is appeared the 100 voltage or the 220 voltage AC, that means the AC input, power switch and the fuse is okay, and if not, then you need to check the AC plug main switch is pressed on or not. So check the power cord and fuse also. If the 110 voltage AC or 220 volt AC appears but PSU secondary side no voltage output, then you need to replace the working PSU board to solve this problem. If their standby voltage is 5 volt appear but other voltage are no output, then you need to check the main board and the front panel board. If after replace the front panel PCB is still same symptom, and then need to check the main board or replace it. So viewers, hopefully this video will help you to resolve the problems on your TV, and if any difficulties, please feel free to inform us by comments in below, and if you have any best idea, kindly share with us. If this video found helpful, please subscribe to the channel, like and share this video with your friends, and thank you very much for watching this video. Hello viewers, this is me from the Fix Netflix YouTube channel, and today I will show you how LCD TV works. Here is the basic information of how LCD TV works, and actually this information knowledge you must know before you starting to repair the TV. If not, you will not sure where to the troubleshoot the TV first. The whole set of LCD TV is just have the 7 parts, and there are power supply board, inverter board, CCFL or EEFL lamps, main board, front panel PCB, T-con board and LCD panel. Some LCD TV there use the IP board, power supply plus inverter in one board, and the T-con board was built in the LCD panel. So some LCD TV has just the 5 parts only. Before we start, please keep in touch with our channel by subscribing and like and share this video with your friends so they can take benefits from this channel. Number 1, IP board or inverter power supply board. The IP board or power supply board feature is used to input the AC voltage supply and convert it into the DC voltage supply. The IP board or power supply board feature is used to input the AC voltage supply and convert it to DC voltage supply. The IP board is power supply plus inverter section built in it. For the power supply board, it is only used to generate the DC voltage supply only, and the supply and the power supply board will generate several output DC voltage supply in their secondary side and supply it to the main board, inverter board, section board, T-con board. But this voltage supply will go through and controlled by the main board. The inverter board or section is used to set up the low voltage DC voltage to output high voltage AC voltage to start up the CCFL or EEFL lamp. Normally the voltage input to inverter board is the 24 voltage DC, and their voltage output is about to the 1500 voltage AC startup, and then will steady at 600 to 800 voltage AC, and it will depends on the types of the lamps in use. Normally the power supply or IP board will generate 5 volt standby voltage, 24 volt, 12 volt and 5 volt, 3.3 volt and 18 volt or other voltage values for audio section use. Number 2, front panel PCB or keyboard. This PCB board feature is to input the command from front buttons and the remote control and then sent to the main board. Some LCD and LED TV design is built in this PCB into the power supply board. Mainboard. The mainboard has lots of the feature insides and its functions like the computer mainboard, but it can divide it into 4 parts. 1. With the mainboard CPU plus MCU microcontroller unit, it can control the whole system through send out the signals. For example, the signal like the power supply on, BL on, panel on, and etc. Second part, process different types of the video signal inputs. For example, TV tuner, AV, HDMI, PC, S video, USB, HDMI, etc. After that, the mainboard will convert this video signal input to the RSDS type video signal and send to T-con board through the LVDS cable. At the same time, the mainboard will also process the audio signal and amplify it and send to the speaker. Third part, and the third part is the mainboard DC to DC section. This is very important section in the mainboard, and this section will receive the voltage supply from the power supply board and generate the appropriate DC voltage to the other systems used. For example, CPU core power, CPU voltage CC, and DDR RAM and voltage CC, tuner VCC, and all analog and the digital circuits used. Part 4. If that is a smart TV with 3D, Wi-Fi and etc. features, so this TV main board will have add-in or built-in the 3D or Wi-Fi features card or plug in into the main board. Number 4. T-con board. The T-con board is used to receive the LVDS format video signal and convert it into the TTL transistor logic or RSDS reduced swing differential signal. This signal can driving the LCD panel to the working and generate the complete display into the screen. Not only that, the T-con board has another important sections which is DC circuit, and this DC section receive the voltage supply from the power supply and through the main board. After that, convert it into several voltage and supply to the T-con board and also to driving the LCD panel too. Number 5. LCD panel. The feature of LCD panel is to convert to the video signal into a complete display or picture into the screen. Number 6. The CCFL or EEFL lamps were inside the LCD panel. If the LCD panel without backlight, the screen will darkness and hard to see their contents or display. The backlight system is using CCFL EEFL lamps with the voltage supply from the inverter board or LED strip with the voltage supply from the LED driver board to generate the backlight. A simple description of how LCD TV works. When the TV power cord connect to the AC supply and switch on, the LCD TV PSU board will automatically receive the AC voltage input. After that, the PSU board will automatically generate the standby voltage 5 volt and send to the main board. And there are not any other voltage in the PSU board except the 5 voltage standby. When the main board receives the 5 volt standby voltage from the PSU board, it will going through a voltage regulator IC or DC circuit to generate the 3.3 volt voltage, and after that this 3.3 volt will supply to the MCU microcontroller unit IC, CPU and the front panel board, so that we can see the standby LED light is lit in front of the TV. The TV is in the standby mode now. After press the power on switch button in front panel board or the remote control, the main board will send out the power on signal to the PSU board. PSU board means power supply unit board. This power supply on signal will send to the power supply board PFC section and then the PWM section to generate other voltage outputs like the 24 volt, 12 volt, 5 volt, 3.3 volt and etc. to main board and T-con board and the inverter board. Finally, the TV can show the display now. So viewers, hopefully this video will help you to resolve your any problem TV related, and if any difficulties, please feel free to inform us by comments in below, and if you have any best ideas, kindly share with us. If this video found helpful, please subscribe to the channel, like and share this video with your friends, and thank you very much for watching this video.